Duck. We gotta get going. We've laid around this motel 2 days splashing in the pool because you went to rest. We got us a little load we're gonna go get and get out of this town. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make some money, Duck. Yeah, we need it. We can't stay here all the time and not make money just playing the pool. You know them people that want you to play in the pool? They said no foul in the no waterfowl in the pool. What's a waterfowl anyway? I never heard of it, Duck. We was paying good money for that run. They kept knocking you out of the pool, you kept popping back in, trying to bob for fish. There was no fish in there. Well, folks, I'll tell you what happened here. We were supposed to pick up a dozer. We did, but I forgot to record that little section right there. That is terrible. But anyway, we on the road with something like a D8L or D6L or something. And they say it weighs 15 tons. Ain't no way a dozer can weigh 15 tons. It has to weigh more than that. I don't think they know even a little tiny dozer could weigh 15 tons. This thing's got rippers on the back. That's a heavy duty dozer there. It'd weigh a lot more than 15 tons. You don't know nothing about it. You used to run dozers? Well, you've done everything that you do. That's what happens when you get old, right? Because channel. When the heck did you get a channel?
I don't know. Everybody talks about channels.
I know everybody talks about channels. I didn't even know we had one.
I do.
Yeah, shut up over there, Duck.
So, I'm going.
Everybody's been playing the game forever. Maybe there's some new people out there with a G27 or something that don't know all the little things that helps. But if you got a G27, you're playing the game and you want to look around, then you've not got a track hour. The best thing to do is set the paddle shifters up to look left and right. That way you can hold on the steering wheel and look any way you want to, and when you're outside view, you can circle the truck with the paddle shifters. Now, in the settings on Euro Truck, it's got a camera rotation view, and you can set that up as high as you want. When you turn the steering wheel to the left, your face will turn left so you can see out the left side. And you can set it up as high as you can turn it enough to look plumb out the window. But, and it's got a blinker setting that you can turn it on. When you turn the blinker on, your head faces the way the blinker blinks. I don't like it though. If you turn it on early, your head be sideways. You'll be going down the road. But that's some of the tricks to setting it up where you can You can see around corners. You can set your steering rotation camera up. So when you turn it to the right, you start facing the right side of the window where you can look around the curve when you go. But if you've not got a track R, the best thing to look if you've got a G27 or any kind of steering wheel that's got a paddle shift on it, set your left to look left and right with your paddle shifters. And just thought I'd throw that in there in case they just a few new people don't know all the settings in this thing. There's tons of settings in this to change things. I wish I could find one to turn my audio up. I'm gonna have to buy me a new mic of some sort, I think. But I hope that helps somebody a little bit. Somebody new, just got the game, just got the wheel. And you can set up 2 or 3 toggles on your gear shift. Like you can get 12 gears with one toggle. That's a button. You set up a button for a splitter. When you get them 12 gears, you can set up another button for 12 more gears. 6 more gears. And you could probably set up another one if you need one. But that's the way to do the toggle shift. And instead of having, just like on the real rig, you got your button on the gear shift. And here you can just set you up a button on your steering wheel or somewhere. I got mine on my steering wheel. I just put it on the wheel to do the toggle and the shift and go from one range to the other. Thought I'd throw a little information in there would be helpful for once instead of just trying to yak a little to get through the video. And I keep my fuel consumption on so it uses fuel. I keep my steering sensibility almost at 100%. Linear at about 25%. If you see the steering wheel one way driving and the steering wheel wiggling, they've got too much dead zone in the steering wheel. That's like having a car with the front end wore out on it. You don't want that. Take all the dead zone out and get used to driving that way. That way when you move the steering wheel, your truck moves. If the steering wheel is wiggling too much, you need to take the dead zone out of it. That's just some tips, thought it might help. And now we'll get back to the regular show. Here we go. I ain't gonna run, boy. Did we bump it? Well, nobody's perfect, though. reminds me of when we have to get up in the morning.
Yeah, me too, a little bit.
Is that the truck we hit right there?
It sure is.
Well, we didn't hurt it any.
No, I don't know.
I hate these trucks that automatically log your trip so they have to tell you when you're sleeping and all that stuff. You'll be able to have them 2 logbooks like they used to have, just keep driving. I had one and fake one.
That's right. That's what I did when I was driving.
You don't drive.
I do.
Oh, you full today, Duck. Come on, Duck, we gotta get up.
Better run to get up.
We gotta get up and get on the road.
No, I don't want to.
Your job's to keep me awake. Now get up here in the front seat and keep me awake.
Can you see me?
No, I'm not sleepy.
Well, why do I have to be I don't know.
I don't know, Duck. Just get up here.
Well, I do better.
Okay, you better be here in a minute.
Alright.
I was changing some buttons around during that night's sleep there. And now I've got it where I can't turn off my mouth. I could probably hit the F keys long enough to turn it off, but no telling what I'd pop up in the way, so I just leave it on there. But I was changing some keys around to make it easier to change views. But now I got my mouth messed up. It always does that.
Can't you always mess up everything?
Yeah, you mess up everything too, Doug.
Yeah, you know what?
Back when I was on the job, they let us hire on drill helpers. Their job was to keep the drill clean and shovel it or mark off the holes, you know, the 10 or 12 feet, and lay down a shovel where they need to pull up to, and then drive the crane carrier. I hired a guy from a local guy. He was worth $1 million laughs. He's the funniest he could be. He didn't mean to be, it's just his nature, but he drank coffee by the gallon, and he was something else. One day he's coming home, he didn't have no money. His wife, I think, kept most of his money. Give him a little allowance, and he's coming home, didn't have no money, and he stopped. got him 2 cups of coffee or something, honey. And I was driving a different car that day. Usually we rode together. I went on down the road and there he sat, out of gas. And with 2 cups of coffee. I said, son, what you doing? He said, I run out of gas. I said, didn't you stop right up there? He said, yeah. I said, what'd you get? He said, I got me 2 cups of coffee. I said, why did you get coffee and not gas? He said, well, anybody come along and have coffee. I have gas. He said, anybody that comes along and have gas, but there ain't many gonna come along and have coffee. That's the way he was. He was a barrel of laughs, I tell you what. One day I was taking train carry over a big steep mountain, and he was sitting on top of the toolbox behind the cow. I said, I bet the old boy's scared to death. And I looked through the mirror and looked back at him, and he was laid down in that toolbox taking a nap. He's a barrel of laughs. Like if your son or daughter or somebody got killed, they come to your house and they park all around your house with news trucks, and they walk up and ask you how you feel and all this and that. If something like that happened around me, they better not come up and ask me how I feel. That's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. And they do it all the time. It's like when the ship sinks just offshore and they say 20 people found dead and 30 missing. And presumed dead, and they go on for days with 30 missing and don't say they're dead, they just say they're missing. If the ship went down and there's nobody around and it was close to shore, I assume they did. But the news people, that stuff just excites them. They don't, I don't know if they really care or not. I know it takes awful cold heart to walk up and ask somebody how they feel about it after your son or daughter gets killed or whatever. That's just my take on the news. I used to watch it 24 hours a day, but I've kind of slowed down on it since I started this game and stuff. I've moved into my gaming room here, and I've not even got a TV, actually. I've not watched no TV in a month. But I guess that's a good thing. I used to leave it on News Channel 24 hours a day so I could see what's going on, and it's all bad news. There wasn't no good news.
That's right.
Man, the old duck, we just camped out here in my room when we're at the house and play video games.
That's right. That's what we're told.
Women grab, but we don't care that we do.
Oh, we're told, though.
Driving the big Kenworth T800 again today with the big cat engine in it. Yeah, I really like this truck. It's one of those trucks where I can get the passenger side view. All trucks you can't get that view right there. You can get a middle view, but some trucks you can get the passenger seat view and some you can't. And you gotta be able to see out the duck's eyes.
That's right. That's what's right.
So, you gotta watch Rusty.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sleep. I'm not tired. Having trouble talking up. My Euro Truck Simulator game has grown to about 90-some gigabytes with all the mods. It takes a big hard drive just to hold this thing. If I get many more mods, I'm gonna have to go buy some more of those external drives. And it's growing on me. Remember back when the computers just had a 500 megabyte hard drive? First computer I bought, Hewitt Packard, 500 megabyte hard drive. I think it was 8 megabytes of RAM. And it cost twice as much as the computers we got now. A little old camera memory card will hold 100 times more than the first computers would. And that's something else to have to pay that much for something that had a 500 megabyte hard drive. Back then the games and stuff was small. For all you young people out there nowadays that wasn't around in the 70s or wasn't buying anything in the 70s, the first microwaves cost like $450. And the first, what was it called, a VHF, a DVR that went on your TV. The first one of them I bought was a Panasonic, cost like $500, and had to stick them big old tapes in, record them, and fast forward on the turbo mess. Nothing like we got today, but back when that stuff first come out, it was a ridiculous price on all that stuff. But everybody had to have it, so you had to go out and get $500 to buy a microwave. Now you get them for $50. Yeah, I guess progress. About 90 years old. He told me, he said, growing old's not for sissies, son. If you're a sissy, you'll never make it. And that's a fact. I found that out. It's not for sissies. You gotta be tough to grow old. Well, I'm not that old, but I feel that old. And he was a sad, that one day we was driving a different vehicle, and there's about 4 of those or 5 of those 90-year-old men over there in another car, and we was in another one. We was going to an amateur radio, AM radio convention, and we passed them, and there said 5 90-year-old men flipping us off over there. It was a sight to see. This has been a nice trip through scenic country. Everything went pretty good. Scrape a guardrail, bump a truck. We'll see what kind of rating I get when we check in down here. Been a pretty nice trip. We enjoyed it. You starting to get where you liking the ride now, Duck? Man, you sound rough, son. sometimes the car is only going sideways around the curve. Only reason I'm saying this, I guess I invented the first video game. Except it was on paper. But nowadays these games are amazing. Just imagine this game if it's just a driver game. You got your truck and you got your cars. And you can get in a car or truck and drive forever. Any other game you get on like Driver or any of these other games, you only got so much distance you can drive and that's it. But this game you could get in a car, drive a normal speed, don't try to drive 1,000 miles an hour, and you can just take trips forever in it. This is a great game. All those doors, tails, like a D8, D6, LD, 9, LD, 10, LD, 11, because of the shape of the tracks. And they made the handling on them a lot better. They used to have two controls you had to pull out to get it to turn, one for each side. And now they've got a joystick that turns both tracks, so they're a lot better now than they was back in the day. They just run with one joystick for the steering and one joystick for the blade and then a gear shift. If y'all didn't know it, anybody that never run one, the pedal in a dozer works opposite of anything else. You gotta get used to that quick to get the fuel pedal. Well, excellent on that. This about wraps it up. So thanks for watching, everybody. This is Rusty Truck and bye bye.